Hello and welcome back to another episode of 3 for Thursday, where I share 3 things about something on Thursday. And I'm your host, Gladys from Heart Take the Wheel, your brand and business photographer. So I changed up my backdrop because photography needs required it. We are going to talk today about 3 pet peeves online. Now, 2 of them are from my own personal pet peeves, and one of them I asked you guys on Instagram to tell me your own pet peeves, and I got some answers I was kind of expecting, but one of them was most commonly kind of stated or whatever. So let's dive in to number 1. One of my number 1 pet peeves online is not changing your favicon. So if you don't know what a favicon is, whenever you have like tabs open on a browser, right, there's this little icon right next to, like, you know, inside the tab that kind of like is a miniature simplified logo version of the, you know, that site's logo. That is the favicon. If you don't change it on Squarespace, for example, it's just a big ugly gray cube square thing. I don't like it. It's gross. And to me, it's just like, it's the little details. So I will actually show you how to change that on Squarespace. But if you want to know how to change that on other, you know, web places, just let me know and I'll make sure to find, I'll show that to you too, or I'll find somebody who can show that to you and we'll make a video all about it. But it's definitely a pet peeve of mine online. Number 2 pet peeve is updating your cover, like highlight cover images in your story. So you don't have to do that anymore, by the way. A while back, like kind of a long while back, Instagram allowed it to where you go into the highlight to edit your highlight and you can scroll all the way over, I think it's all the way to the left, and you'll see a little icon where you could, you know, just change the cover image right there from your camera roll without adding it to your story. So that's just a little pet peeve of mine. I can share how to do that. I'll do a little screen share and show you how to do that. It's really easy, but it's just a little pet peeve of mine. However, I have talked to somebody about this before, and they mentioned that they actually do it on purpose, knowing that you can change the cover image in your highlights just manually, like, you know, behind the scenes. They know that, but they still choose to do it in their feed, in their story, on purpose, because they say it brings attention to the different highlights that maybe their viewers don't know exist. So you can choose to do that however you wish. I just wanted to let you know that some people don't even know that it's possible, and they do that, hey, please excuse the next several slides updating my cover images on my highlights or whatever. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. So there's that. Now, the 3rd pet peeve, like I said, was going to be consumer, like audience choice pet peeve online. And that, for one, I want to mention there is a couple honorable mentions. First honorable mention would be grammar. That popped up a few times by a few of you. You guys mentioned bad grammar, not like proofreading your stuff on your newsletters or your blogs or whatever. A lot of people kind of mentioned that, and I kind of expected that to come up. But the other one that came up a lot, that is the one that's actually going to count for number 3, is not including date or location info right within like a post or your social media profile. So these are kind of like a twofer here that I decided to include all in one. It's basically about including your details where needed. So some people brought up that they don't like whenever they cannot find your location in your social media profile. Like if you are a local based business, people need to know where local is for you. They need to know where you are based out of, where you're operating from. If you have a brick and mortar, then of course you need to have your freaking location in your Instagram profile or wherever online, right? So that is one aspect of it. The other aspect that was brought up a few times was people not including the wins and wears of an event or something. So and actually I was talking to someone yesterday who mentioned how they don't even put it right there. They don't want to go through all the efforts to see if they can't go, essentially. So definitely keep that stuff, you know, top of the post. Let everyone know the wins and wears everywhere you share the info about your event, because who knows how many touch points, who knows where along the stream of, you know, internet are people seeing that info for the first time, right? And a lot of us, when we see it for the first time and it doesn't have all the info, then maybe we save it to look at it later. We don't want to go through the steps of clicking through your site to find out. We want to know, can we go? And if we can go, then we'll make that extra effort and go and click and buy a ticket or put it on our calendar to look into it later. So put that info front and center for all of us to see so that we know, can we go or not? And to keep it, you know, top of mind for us, especially if we see maybe your posts all over the internet several times, then we know, like, we're not gonna forget that it's on that date, at that time, at that place, right? So those are kind of the combined efforts of you guys on Instagram telling me what your online pet peeves were. And then my two were FAVICON and cover story updates in your story. Or highlight covers in your story. Yeah, there we go, words. Okay, so that was my 3 for Thursday. I hope you enjoyed that. And I would love it if you would subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.